Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Quiver podcast. Today, I am joined by Vic.
Good day, everybody.
Good day, Vic. Good day. And Brian. Is it a good day?
I think so. I think it's a good day.
It's a
Hello,
good
everyone.
day. Okay. All right. All right. Sige. Um, Look, this is the first or the second week of our 3 weeks without UAAP. So bear with us here as we try to create content for you guys. And because we try very hard to create content, please don't forget na lang to subscribe to our pages and like. It will really help us. It will really help the algorithm and no, it'll really support us. So please like our pages. Please hit subscribe, get the news out to a lot more people, and we would really appreciate that. And hindi kami hingi ng donations. Basta subscribe lang, okay na yan.
Sige. Oo, kasi pag naka 1,000 subscribers na tayo, di ba? We have something...
Oy, yes, we have something in store.
We have something in
so
store.
Naka 1,000.
Naka 1,000.
So far, nasa 600, almost 600. So, konti pa.
Oo, konti pa. So, yeah. It's important that your support keeps us going, and we hope that you'll continue to support the Quiver. And of course, you can do that by simply subscribing and liking our video. So there's a subscribe button down there in YouTube. Pakipindot na lang para sa amin. And then you can say hi to us during the UAAP games. You can also pwede nyo rin si Willie na lang pamigay natin. You can do whatever you want to Willie, okay? You can do whatever you want to Willie when you see him, okay?
Alilain nyo si Willie.
Saka Gio, hindi lang sa games pwede mag-hi sa'yo. Minsan sa podium pwede.
Oh. You can say hi to me in the podium. You can say hi to Willie anywhere. You can say hi to Vic in MOA. He's always in MOA, by the way. So
yes, lagi ako nasa MOA araw-araw.
Okay. All right. So now that being said, Brian, rundown of the different sports and the results that we've had. So maybe you can start.
So, let's start first with badminton. Hindi natin siya nabanggit. Tapos na siya almost a month ago now. Our men's and women's team both finished in 5th. So, thank you for representing the green and white. Always appreciated. And then our chess team, something close to Gia's heart. Our men's chess team finished in 4th place. And our women's chess team finished in 2nd place. So, well done. Always feels nice to finish in the top 3 sa chess. So, ganyan. And then our swimming team, our men's finished in 2nd and our women's finished in 3rd. So also a job well done to you guys. Ang ganda venue nila si New Clark City. So parang Olympic vibes sila. I think the athletics competition is yet finished as we're recording this. So maybe we'll shout them out in the next episode. And then the table tennis, something close to Vic naman. Men's 3-1 as of recording. May games pa sila throughout this week. And then the women's 2-2. So, ano pa to, Vic, no? Final 4 din ang table tennis once matapos ang double round robin.
Yes, similar rules apply on the other events na pag sweep, step ladder, and then pag walang sweep, merong final 4. And similar to men's football, we only have 7 schools participating for the men's and women's table tennis since NU NU does not field a team since after pandemic. Since nung nag-resume tayo after pandemic, walang team na fini-field si NU for the men's and women's table tennis.
Ayan, and then for our men's football team, they're currently in 5th, 3 points behind UST. So still in the running to make the Final 4. We wish them all the best as they try to return to the playoffs. Women's team naman currently in 2nd. They were in a break. Babalik sila this weekend. Watch out for their game against Ateneo. We can also react on that sa next episode. And then, lastly, Taekwondo also ongoing. Our Green Gins currently has a 5-0 record. So, let's hope they can sweep it. And then yung women's currently at 3-2. So, ayan, aside from our basketball teams seeing action, those are the varsity teams in play. So hopefully you get to catch a glimpse of them. If not, then I think you can just support by following the pages as well. Shout out, by the way, to my former college org, then the LSE Sports. And so that's where I actually follow some of the results sometimes.
Same.
Ako hindi the same eh. Basta ibang usapan na yung akin. Okay. So now that being said, of course, we'll now go into the meat of our discussion is that our men's basketball players in the national team always proud of the green and white. But here's the thing: every time we have players in the national team, we always get another one to join the team. So sino yung sa national team ngayon, yung kukunin ni Agent KQ to be part of the Lasal team?
Sino pa bang pwede? Minisa pa kayo?
Parang wala na eh. Wala naman ang eligible dun eh.
Wala na ba? Sayang.
Parang wala. Sino ba? Yeah, banggit tayo ng pangalan. Sino bang ano? Parang wala naman ng eligible. Wala bang college dun? Wala naman ng college dun ah.
Wala. Actually,
Dalawa lang silang college dun eh.
Pa
ako? Baka may nami-miss out ako ah.
Ito. Okay. So, Japeth, nope. Junmar, baka naman. Brownlee, Newsome.
Brownlee ba nag-college? Pakicheck.
Brownlee ba nag-college?
Chris Newsome, Calvin Oftana, CJ Perez.
Oh.
Yung si CJ nakatatlong college, di ba? Si Dwight Ramos, Kai Soto, Carl Tamayo, and Scotty Thompson. And of course, Kevin and Mason Amos. So,
So unfortunately,
wala. Okay.
May isa silang pinupush kasi wala na rin eligibility by then. So,
Sino?
Kenton Melora Brown. I mean, di ba? May report.
Hindi ako sure eh. No, seryoso. Sige, na-touch na rin naman natin yan. Hindi ako sigurado eh how he'll fit. Siguro pwede pangbangga-bangga siguro sa loob, but extra body if you want some amount of physicality pwede siguro, but anything other than that, we need more skill sets from our bigs aside from yung bangga-bangga rebounding kasi kay Junmar na yun eh. Well, even si Junmar nga nag-expand na yung range niya slowly, nagkakaroon na rin, he's trying from mid-range na rin eh. Hindi naman na siya yung dating center na bangga-bangga low post moves eh. So, kumbaga, 'di ba, nag-evolve. So, I mean, QMB is strong, but I'm not sure. Well, siguro depende if he can fit kay Coach Tim sa mga plans ni Coach Tim, but I think he needs to add more skill sets pa before siguro magkaroon ng call out.
Okay, I wanna ask you this hypothetical question then. Since we're already talking about Gilas and the rumors about QMB. Personally, I would take Mike Phillips over QMB any day of the week. Do you guys have the same mentality?
Oo naman.
Nagnanad lang si Brian.
I would say the same kasi height difference not too much, pero Mike Phillips, 'di ba? He's also
yung activity ni Mike. Iba yung activity ni Mike eh. Yun yung which 'di ba? Which that separates Mike from the other big men in the UAAP, yung kaya nga siya tinawag na motor Mike eh kasi ibang klase eh. Parang laging naka full charge yung energizer battery sa loob ng katawan niya eh. I mean that's his advantage. Hindi mo matatawaran eh yung agility, activity niya. Yun yung yun yung advantage ni Mike. So I'd really take him over anyone at any point.
Okay. I wanna dive into this Gilas thing a little bit more. At least with the players that are actually there from the Green Archers. That's Mason Amos and also Kevin Kiambao. What are your projections here for these two? Will they play heavy minutes? Will they just simply contribute? Based on the last few Gilas windows, and how important is it for, say, a Kevin Kiambao to perform at this level for us, especially now medyo reduced role siya eh. Like, he will be the main guy. He'll be one of the guys, right? So what do you guys think is gonna happen here? Maybe I'll start with you, Vic.
I don't expect Kevin to play siguro that much against New Zealand. But probably in Hong Kong baka may ample playing time si Kevin. I'm not too sure with Mason kasi based doon sa past windows, hindi rin naman siya masyado na gagamit, but we'll see. It really depends on how those two perform in how Kevin and Mason perform in practice. So that will really depend anong klaseng playing time they will have come on those two matches. Same thing. Pero sana si Mason makasingit din kahit papaano against Hong Kong. I see everybody playing against Hong Kong. Sa New Zealand, it will really depend on how the game goes. But sa New Zealand, priority talaga dyan sino yung core guys ni Coach Tim. Yun yung talagang sure na may playing time against New Zealand, because New Zealand has our number for how many years? Yung dalawang Oceania na teams na yan, yung Australia and New Zealand. Hirap na nga tayo nang wala silang dalawa, lalo pang humirap nung sumali silang dalawa sa FIBA Asia na zone. So ayun, so I expect a tough game against New Zealand, and I'm not too sure if Kevin and Mason will find minutes to play against New Zealand. But sa Hong Kong, sure yan. Tingin ko makakalaro yan sila.
Is Taane kaya playing for New Zealand?
I was checking. Wala.
Ako rin, tinitignan ko rin eh.
Parang wala.
Parang wala. Parang wala siya. Sayang.
Been interesting, no?
Yeah, the last time, di ba? Brian, the last time that we watched sa Araneta, no? Tama ba 'yon? Yung kakalift pa lang.
Yeah, tapos si Kib naman sa Gilas.
Kib was called up to play for Coach Chot, and Taane was playing for New Zealand, and I have to say Taane really played well. So na-miss natin siya. what could have been?
Oh yeah.
Di ba?
Absolutely. Yeah, sayang talaga si Taane. Good idea. I think we just had a hard time there.
Yeah.
Obviously. Okay, ikaw Brian, before I move on to the next topic, projections for the Gilas performance of our players.
Okay, before I give my projection, naubusan tayo ng pwedeng maghanap ng pwedeng eligible sa Lasal sa Gilas. Baka meron sa New Zealand. Consider.
Oo nga, baka meron doon. Tama. Baka may pwede. Baka may pwedeng mag-FSA. Baka pwede may mag-FSA sa kanila dyan.
Hindi lang yung kabila yung pwedeng may taga New Zealand.
Oo naman. Tama naman yan.
Isang guy lang. Actually, in the New Zealand roster now, I just checked. There's only 2 guys that are born in the year 2000 and isa na 2001. So itong 2001 na dude, si Samuel Menenga, technically has 1 playing year left.
Wala na yan.
Oo.
Sorry guys, kami. Tinitignan talaga namin.
Scouting report.
Nag-scouting report kami. Malay natin, di ba? Malay natin eh.
Who knows? So projections. Yung New Zealand game, I don't expect Mason to see minutes kasi yun based on what we see sa rotation. Although wala pang final 12 no? Kasi right now
wala pa. Yeah.
Pero 12 lang yung pwede maglaro at a given game.
Yes. So probably yan siya. During the game naman sinasabi. Pag malapit na yung game time yata.
My final 12 na, it just appeared literally
Okay.
Literally right after we started recording.
Oh, okay.
The one I read out was the final 12.
Si ano,
Sila na
si,
yung
so wala si Jamie obviously kasi
kasi injured eh. Injured eh.
Ayan, so
okay.
So that makes Mason, Amos, and Kevin. But we know Coach Tim has a short rotation. Marami na yan pag 10 players. Usually 8, 9. I think Kevin can crack the second team doon sa rotation na yun. And if he provides good offense, we might see playing time. Alam naman natin na his role in the team is to create space, look for his open teammates kasi that's it. Especially the national team. Alam ko yung FIBA may sila highlight reel pa kay Kevin. So parang they know what he can do. And yun yung pwede natin i-expect sa kanya in both games actually. Hong Kong, agree ako kay Vic, mas significant kasi I mean out of the two, Hong Kong yung inferior quality than New Zealand. I think that's fair to say. Not to really hindi siya mamali din yung Hong Kong. Alam lang natin that New Zealand is a world team.
Okay, the reason why I asked this question is because we're gonna start transitioning into the next topic, which is about the number one thing that everybody's concerned about is how rusty our players are gonna be after this 3-week layoff, essentially, right? And I think it's important for us to, like maybe Kevin to play a few games here and there, kasi para especially at a high level. So to your point, it'll be great if he shows up during New Zealand, but perhaps realistically, nasa Hong Kong siya. Pero dito, sa The Quiver, we expect him to be part of both games para kasama yun sa criteria to retire his jersey.
Yan.
we hear it out and clear, KQ. I know you're listening to us.
I don't think maraming players in recent history na naglaro for the national team while still in Lasal. Parang yung NCC team na yata yung closest to that achievement before. So,
yeah.
Yes,
okay.
Good.
So now we move on to this conversation about Rust. So when we were discussing about this episode just a few minutes ago, like Vic and I were talking about like how some of his friends or people were reaching out to him with observations. Ano mga pinagsasabi nila sa'yo, Vic?
Swimming kayo ng swimming. Basta siguraduhin nyo pagbalik nyo. Ano kayo? General. Kasi I think ang yata nila, siguro ang feel ng yung mga, I'm not too sure. Kasi ako hindi ko pa nakikita yung social media talaga ng players. So I really didn't see So yung mga kumakausap lang sa akin parang nagsiswimming sila, nag-outing sila, ganon. Sabi ko, baka lang yan. I think it's proper lang, parang siguro enough resting time lang siguro yan sa kanila until nakita nga si Coach Migs kasi I follow Coach Migs. So yun, doon na natin nakita na na pala. Bootcamp pala yung ginagawa nila doon. Hindi team building bootcamp. Pero it's nice Honestly, it's nice nung nakita ko yung ginagawa nila doon. It really keeps them na I think it will help them na hindi sila manlamig ng matagal. So malaking bagay siya na they're doing things like that apart from siguro tingin ko meron pinag-usapan namin ni Brian kanina sa mga listeners namin na if you're familiar with Football Manager, so I think may ko doon pwede mo siya i-schedule in such a way na yung training day mo meron kang strengthening at the same time meron ka ring team bonding sessions and at the same day. So tingin namin that's what the team is doing now, which is good para that's one thing to help ma-avoid yung rust kasi binanggit ko rin sa inyo kanina. I'm not too sure kung may teams pa tayo na may ayaya for tune-up since everybody is just on kumbaga towards the end of the year, yung iba natapos na yung season, parang I'm not too sure if they are willing to play tune-up games anymore kasi parang naka-rest mode na rin yung ibang teams. Especially those yung mga eliminated NCAA teams. I think hindi ko alam if they're still open to play us until next week kasi hanggang next week pa yung rest natin. So I think itong mga pinapagawa ni Coach Migs is, I think it will be helpful pampatanggal ng rust natin come Final Four game.
I wanted to talk about this very quickly because to your point, nobody reached out to me about the players swimming. In fact, I just saw Coach Migs' stories right before I was gonna go to the gym. So sabi ko, kung ito yung pinagawa sa akin ng coach ko, baka mamatay ako.
Oh, di ba? Nakamamatay, nakamamatay, ganun.
Sabi ko, buti na lang, di ako amateur.
Hindi, buti na lang, di tayo varsity, no?
Hindi na lang ako varsity. O, sige, okay na ako.
Yung mga minute workouts natin, parang tip lang na iceberg sa ginagawa na.
Oo, parang lang. Dumi sa kuko lang sa kanila yun, ganun level.
Ay, nako. Anyway, it's okay. Ikaw, Brian, I know we talked about this rust thing in the last episode, pero is there something you would like to say to our subscribers? Sana naman nag-subscribe na kayo. Nag-usap na kami dito ng 20 minutes to our subscribers about this entire rust thing again. Maybe just reiterate the point.
Darating tayo sa point na natalo kasi tayo sa last game kaya medyo mamamagnify yung mga ganyan.
Yeah, correct.
Diba?
Agree.
I think,
fair point.
Agree.
It's something that the team has to deal with. Yan yung mga minor consequences of the loss. Sabihin nila on paper, walang mangyayari kung panalo ka number 1, talo ka number 1 ka pa din. Pero yung manner of exiting the second round, parang dyan mapapaisip may pasok siguro yung doubts sa side natin as fans. Pero kasi ang gusto ko na lang isipin aside from the rust na ganyan, if the players are not thinking similarly to how some of us may be thinking, okay lang kasi ang pinakaayaw natin is magduda yung players ginagawa na lang. So if they stick to the plan, shrug off that loss, just work on things that they can improve on, I don't think the rust should show sa game against UV or Adamson, which I think by how we know is still 2 weeks from now. That's quite a long time. But then, yun nga, if they stay sharp physically and they also bond mentally, kasi yung mga ganyan na team building, it also helps the team discuss, parang mas maamoy na lang yung sarili nila off the court and then on the court it translates as well. Sabi nga nung iba nating nakilalang top players, lalo na pag sa football, pagka nagkakwento sila, sometimes they say that you don't even have to be friends with your teammates to succeed. Pero mas maganda pa rin syempre if you are friends or if you connect well with them. So that ito yung parang ina-establish ngayon togetherness ng team. So, wala na tayong magagawa. As in, yung dalawang teams na parang pwedeng mayaya sa NCAA, Lyceum and CSB, due to connections, as Final Four. So, hindi rin sila available for now. Out of all availabilities, hindi rin natin ma-force yan. Unless, let's say, I don't know if the coaching staff or the management is cooking something up in Cavite na pwede makatune up. But regardless, makalaban man sila or wala, I think it's all about preparing themselves kasi by many ways, they can prepare many ways. Yun nga, training, bonding, also watching some games, either our old games previously or even some of the games happening right now. And the Gilas games, of course, kasi Kevin is there. So they will support that way too. So ayan, they'll be students of the game while the game is away. And then pagbalik nila, obviously, there's that eagerness and hopefully that eagerness translates into a good performance. So, syempre, diba? Pag matagal ka rin hindi nakalaro, may gigil ka play and we'll see if it's positive or negative.
Oh, and diba? And I think this is still better than ligang labas, diba? Kasi baka mag-article na naman yung mga tao doon. So,
yung mga bayad, yung mga binabayaran para magsulat ng kung
Nasa loob na yung liga ngayon. Nasa loob
Oo.
na ng camp.
pero ngayon sinasabi nila nagsiswimming lang. Nako, baka bawal na pala mag-swimming in the middle of the UAP season ah. May rule pala doon. Sources claim na bawal mag-swimming during the UAP.
Kuliglig, yung mga kuliglig pre, yung mga kuliglig.
Okay. Okay. So we've obviously talked about this. Like the team's doing quite well. Kevin and Mason are in Giles right now. The team is having a boot camp, for the lack of a better term, somewhere. And I think that we might be a little bit more ready to whoever we play, whether that's UE or Adamson. So in the last episode, if you subscribed, remind if you subscribed to us in the last episode, right, we talked about the scenarios, and the first ship has fallen, which was if UP beats UE, the Ateneo Adamson game becomes very important. So for what it's worth, I don't think magpapatalo you. I don't think Ateneo will just like fall down and magpapatalo dito. No. They will want to spoil the party. I'm pretty sure of that. But that's the last piece to fall before we know who the members of our Final Four and who we will play in the next round would be. Now, medyo naniniwala kami na we don't pick our opponents in this scenario. So I don't know. Should I even ask you guys who you want to play against?
Yeah, let's try.
Oh, sige.
Ikaw muna para round table.
Ako, I wanna play UP or UST.
Finals ka agad.
skip card. Parang sa uno, skip card.
Oh, skip card.
I want to yun yung gusto ko. So that means, whoever we play, manalo tayo.
Oh, correct.
Ako, kung pipili lang ako lang naman pipili, hindi ng player, so hindi sila makakarma in this way. If ever man ako yun, balikan nyo na lang ako. Actually, right now, with 1-6 yung UE, even if they win against Adamson, parang mas okay ako sa kanila. May trauma ako kay Coach Nash more than trauma sa UE. Pag kalaban mo yung Coach Nash team sa playoffs, I mean, di naman laging laglag sa kanila, pero syempre, he can build teams na gritty, na bigyan mo silang chance. They will really make the most out of it. UE kasi right now, I think they peak until the 9th game.
Yeah.
It shows in the record. Since wala silang other plays aside from, nagsashine na lang yung individual basketball IQ ng players nila. Parang ganun lumalabas sa akin when I watch them. Pag hindi na pumapasok yung outside shots, the system collapses and the players tend to play the way they know individually.
Yeah.
Na yung assist factor. Nung tinalo natin sila no second round, ganun din Ang dami na lang plays na off the ISO. Kasi nga, their 3-point shooting wasn't that effective. Parang tingin ko, I would even say na if we play them again, ilang 9 points yung margin can get ugly then. Which may be a good result for our team going to the finals. Kasi yun nga, parang nabanggit natin kanina, even among our fan base, meron pa rin bad taste in our mouths kasi talo sa NU to end the elimination. So we need a good playoff victory to get to the final. Siyempre, pag nag-one game yan, the doubts will amplify, and that's what everyone will experience. So yeah.
Okay, how about you, Vic? What's your thought? In a hypothetical scenario, sino yung gusto mo?
If kung talagang kailangan mamili, I'll go for Adamson. Kasi based on our 2 elimination round games against them and tinambakan natin sila sa mahirap na court in QPAV, I think that says yung matchup natin with Adamson. But make no mistake, mataas kumpiyansa ko na we can beat naman whether it's UE or Adamson, kaya natin. Dapat sila matalo if we just stay focused kung ano yung kumbaga take care of business, seryosohin natin, irespeto natin yung kalaban kasi I will repeat this again. It's more of sarili natin yung kalaban natin dito, not really whether it's UE or Adamson. Tayo talaga. It's how we dictate where we go. Parang ano yan, it's not really about ano yung ginagawa ng, it's not about ano yung tactics sa atin ng UE and Adamson. It's what we do on those games in order for us to win. Kasi yun nga, yung team is malalim. I think in every position we have capable players that can step up. So yun. So pero for the sake of just choosing, I'll go with Adamson with the way we beat them in the elimination round.
Okay. Yeah. I completely see that, Vic. And medyo, not gonna lie, there's a part of me that also agrees with you there, na parang, kasi medyo maayos yung ano natin, So, I get that. Okay. Sige, let's move on now to the last topic that we have for today is the performance of our Lady Spikers and the Blazers. The Shaggy's V-League, right, Brian? So, maybe you guys can talk about this a little bit more.
Unahin natin yung Lady Spikers. So, I think for what we've seen, medyo malaking factor yung natalo nila yung UST. The format of the elimination was single round for quarters and semis. And then finals is a best of 3. We don't want to really read too much sa preseason ng any sport kasi syempre diba, this is where tweaking happens. This is where players get to experiment what they want to do so that in the season it's ready. Pero naalala ko yung sinabi ni Vic pag napapag-usapan natin yung Shakey's preseason. May raming rotation na nagaganap, no, Vic? And maybe you want to expound on what you observe para ikaw na mismo, sa'yo na mismo manggaling.
Ano ba to? Yung sa yung sa rule? Yung rule ng liga? Kasi for Shakey's, for those na hindi familiar, sorry, kailangan mo ilaro lahat as much as, hindi pala, kailangan mo ilaro lahat. Kasi parang, I think yung second set, kailangan magpasok ka ng different 6 from the one that you played on the first set. And I'm not sure, for the viewers, please feel free to correct me as well. Hindi ko alam kung after 16 point ng second set or after 16 point ng third set, tsaka mo lang pwede idahan-dahan ipasok ulit yung starters mo nung first set. So, ano siya talaga, kumbaga yung second set would always be crucial kasi bench versus bench . So, if yung first set manalo ka na with the starters and you win the second set, chances are most of the dapat yung expectation dun yung third set pwede mo siya makuha kasi nga naitawid mo yung second set na bench versus bench thing. But it's actually ako na-enjoy ko siya yung ganung format kasi you get to see everybody play. Hindi lang yung kung sino yung projected mo na first 6 mo, yun na rin yung ilalaro. Kumbaga sila lang din yung makakalaro. So sa akin okay ako sa ganung format, and at the same time siguro pwede natin i-mention din na for the Lady Spikers, I think for the Shakey's may sila there are senior high players playing. So talagang siya, it's para sa akin it's a good thing that we're winning, pero I won't put too much weight on it kasi hindi naman yan yung final UAAP lineup mo . But syempre, happy ka. Personally, I'm happy to see na you have players to look forward to in the next seasons to come. Kasi yan yung mga nasa senior high, yan yung mga aangat din once their ates graduate, no? Every season. So ayun, so it's a good thing that alam mong may mga quality players na papasok, but at the same time medyo ako personally temper the expectations kasi yun nga it will be a different team pagdating ng UAAP.
Okay, ikaw,
I'll just add a bit
yeah.
lang na parang it would be nice to win in preseason, pero as we all say in basketball, that's not what every UAP varsity team aspires to win, diba? So it's just good that they are winning games that alam mo yun, they're facing what is in front of them, getting the results they need, not to rest on any laurels that they can get from this season and either mag-second sila or first. By the way, NU yung kalaban nila, the season
Yeah,
starts on
finals.
Friday, and
Yep.
then Sunday, and then December 1 on the following Sunday, if necessary, for those who want to know the schedule. Then CSB na, no? Should we go to CSB?
Yeah, maybe before we go to Benil, I just have like a very quick question for you, Brian. One of the things that I have personally noticed as we were going through as I see the news about the Lady Spikers, obviously in my feed and things like that, is that multiple players are stepping up without Angel Canino. How do you feel about that? What's your take on that as a developmental tool, or ano tingin mo doon?
It means that these players na nagsa-step up are eager to show their chance, to show that they have what it takes to make it to the lineup. Yung eligible, kasi like what Vic said, kung may mag-step up na senior high, at least it's too early. O baka wag mo na masyado mag-step up kasi baka malipat ka na ng college. Yung mga tipang ganyan. But those who are coming into the season 87 as eligible players, syempre you want to be considered. And I would like to think na maybe aside from Shavana Lapot, Angel Canino, and Emprovido, parang wala pang lock, and maybe Baby Jean. Basta lahat na nag-champion doon. So yung mga nag-champion, syempre, I think they're locked. But yung mga hindi pa ganun ka-experience, it's giving them an opportunity to prove their worth. And maganda na we don't really have to rely on Angel. Kasi ba yan yung criticism last season na sinasabi nila na if we can only go as far as Angel Canino can take us. And nung na-injure siya, diba, it showed na the team were still winning games but came in cheeky fashion to UE, to UP. Then nung natalo sa UST, if I remember correctly, talo din sa NU. I think UST naglaro na siya nun, but obviously coming from an injury, cold, the rhythm is off, and then natalo sa UST kasi nga nag-third na, when in fact before the injury we were on pace to finish even first.
Yeah. Yes.
So those things can throw it off, and yeah, but we don't want to use it an excuse. Ganda lang ngayon na at least with many players willing to really match where Angel is at the moment, which is of course like Kevin also got called up as a member of the national team, diba, while she is still with LaSalle. So it's always an honor. It's always amazing to see players like them na may kayang ibuga hindi lang for LaSalle but also for our national teams. Maraming athletes din tayo na ganyan. If we will name them, mauubos yung airtime natin this episode. But these are extraordinary team sport athletes that we have in Angel and Kevin. I think we can even safely say Sinatea Gagate at the time they got called up still with LaSalle, Julia Coronel as well. Yung mga, these players, Mason Emas as well. So, they're a treasure already in LaSalle sports kasi they can always say na they both represented LaSalle and the Philippines at the same time, which is not something afforded to a lot of athletes.
No, I think you brought up a good point there, and maybe the last question I wanna talk about before we get out off this topic is, and let's admit it might be too early for this, pero there's some people who were saying na washed na si Coach RDJ after last season. Is this the proof that maybe there's a lot more in the tank? I personally never thought he was washed. Okay, like personally, too much respect for the guy. I believe in him. There are years that it's hard. Like in any coach. Sir Alex Ferguson finished third once in his life. Actually, once lang. Pero I have too much respect for him to even consider that as an idea. now, I hope that this is something that those haters or whatever you call them show na, yeah, it's preseason. Let's keep our feet on the ground. Pero to perform like this in preseason, you gotta admit that that's something big.
And ano rin siguro magda-doubt lang talaga yung mga tao sa kanya. As in yung mga believers ever since. Pag let's say in 3 to 5 years walang napaproduce. Kasi lang yung championships but yung players din. Kasi di ba talent factory yung pagkakakilala kay Coach Ramil You enter as your first year, way better yung pag-alis mo na. Parang minumul ka niya into a pro-ready athlete. Parang wala yatang pangit na batch na umalis ng Lasal There's always a pro player there pag yung gumagraduate. The supply never ends. And that's something that, with this current crop of players, alam natin na the tradition will live on. And we hope to see their development while wearing the green and white. And diba, that's always something na tayo as we would like to admit, Gio at least, we are not really volleyball fans, but because of Lasal, we developed this kind of parang kind of funness with volleyball because the Lasal team makes watching volleyball a bit more fun, let's say. Parang ganun.
Yeah.
I think my volleyball education came from watching Lasal. So,
oh yeah. Absolutely.
Prior to that, I just know how to serve and to block, But then you learn a bit more as you watch. And
yeah,
we appreciate that then as much as compared to before.
Yeah. No, I think you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right there, Brian. And I wanna add to that, perhaps, is that because of how good Coach Ramil has, and it was such a great winning tradition, it's always a great sport to follow, and it's something that I am in many ways, right, excited to follow because yun nga of the winning tradition, of the talents that the team produces, of eventually like how we get to showcase how good the team is, and it makes us proud, as Lasalians, as Filipinos, that we produce a lot of these very good volleyball players. Welcome back, Vic. Sorry, mukhang may konting problem si Vic dyan, pero naayos na yata. Kamusta?
Yes.
Naayos naman yata. Okay ka na, Vic? Okay ka na?
Yes, I'm good.
Oo. So we were just talking about like, is Coach Ramil washed up already? Obviously, sagot natin is no, di ba? Some people were alluding to that last year kasi syempre it was a tough year, pero in any sports program it normally happens naman So, and now that this volleyball performance I think we're doing quite well. We can probably confidently say that we're doing quite well. Maybe this will keep some people quiet, and let's hope it may continue. Like Ateneo 8th place long may continue, ganon.
Yeah. So, pati naman G matagal naman wait. Free browser storage then region. Wait, yung naman ang tagal naman ng actually nung time pa ni Tay Bundit di ba? When Ateneo Ateneo beat us. Na meron tayong tries to beat, and I think yung next years pa, di ba? Parang wala na yan. It's Tay Bundit's turn, di ba? Parang ganun yung narrative until we beat them twice ba in the finals. Tama ba? Twice natin sila dun yung second, yung recent repeat natin, tama ba? Twice natin silang tinalo sa finals. Isa I think is FEU nga ba yung isa?
Yes, FEU.
Di ba? So parang kumbaga time and again naririnig na natin yung ganyang narrative, and we just kept fighting back and kept proving our detractors wrong by winning championships again, di ba? So abangan natin. Medyo hindi na ako nagulat na may ganyang narrative ulit after finishing third last season, but I do believe naman na hindi naman papayagan ni Coach Ramil na ganyan lagi yung tema. So,
Tama naman. I do agree with you there, Vic. Okay. That's it. I think this is the most we can stretch this episode. And sana CSB. Oh, sige. Tuloy.
Meron pa pala. Tama. Meron pa.
Thank you for reminding me.
Tapos sila.
Sorry.
Uy, meron na kami kay Gab Cometa Astrodome. Meron na kami.
Brian, CSB.
Maganda yung Final Four matchup nila kasi 'di ba ito yung kakatapos lang din ng matchup against San Beda. May 3 players yung San Beda na galing ng CSB na galing San Beda. Si Inot, si Sanchez at
Justin Sanchez and si Gab.
Kaya parang may konting bad blood between.
Mainit, oo. Mainit to sa Saturday.
This is a surprising matchup kasi people, I think, after, even when Benil lost to Mapua, the expectation is mananalo naman yung CSB sa Lacy somehow. And could have actually, through controversial circumstances, nanalo sila. Kinalungkot ng iyak yan. Malungkot din tayo, Vic.
Oo, kasi si Dr. Lorenzo eh. Naka-green polo shirt pa naman si Dr. Lorenzo that day. Rooting for Benil to beat Lyceum, but ayun, sayang talaga. And,
so, itong dalawang teams galing sa talo, then going to the Final Four kasi CSB lost to Lyceum, lost to San Sebastian. And magandang battle. Maganda na Benil sa twice to beat advantage kasi in the NCAA, alam naman natin na they're much closer there. Yung tipong the bottom team can really hindi na upset can just really beat the top team kasi hindi mo na siya matatawag na upset in that way kasi yun nga, anybody can beat anyone on the day. So, di ka dapat matulog in that sense. It helps the twice to beat advantage. Although, ikaw ba, Vic, tingin mo yung championship experience ng San Beda lilitaw ba against this Benil team? O tingin mo yung championship experience ng San Beda enrolled na sa team ngayon sa Lasal?
Malay mo, may mag-enroll pa ulit. Malay natin ay mag-enroll pa ulit. Joke lang. Baka maniwala sila may mag-enroll pa ulit. Pre! Joke lang. Baka mag-enroll pa ulit. Joke lang, pre. Baka mag-enroll, pre. Mahirap na. Anyway, paano ba to? In as much as I want to say na may factor yung championship experience ng San Beda, I feel like they're a totally different team this season. So hindi ko alam if it will really matter a lot going into this Final Four series. I think ang factor ko dito, again, it's a cliche, but kung sino yung mas kalmadong team. Kasi full of tension yung second round encounter nila eh. So kung sino yung mas relax at kalmado sa Final Four game nila on Saturday, kung sino man sa kanila, yun yung mananalo. Kasi for sure there's one team or college pa tong mga to eh. So immature pa mag-isip eh. So feeling ko may mga puputok yung attitude niyan eh, yung mga ibang players kasi nga heated game siya. So kung sino yung mapikon, yun ang talo. Yun yung ano ko dyan. Kasi I think talent-wise, although lamang CSB, I'm not too sure. Parang ang buong team ng CSB buong season was Coach Charles had the luxury really sa lakas ng team niya na parang para siya nagmi-mix and match na lang. Kasi ang lalim talaga ng team niya eh. So, hindi mo alam kung sino yung i-rotate niya talaga for a given game. So, yun yung mahirap kung kalaban mo Benil this season. So, hindi mo alam kung sino talaga yung anong minute papasok. Kasi, for those who are watching, in the collegiate scene or even in the pro scene, pati yung substitution patterns inaaral ho yan. Sa maniwala kahit sa hindi. Like, sino yung pinapasok ng coach? Parang, si ganitong player, papasok yan on the 5th minute. Si ganitong players, pinapasok yan normally mid-second quarter. Tapos, pinupull out yan. Pati yun, yung ganong level of detail, inaaral siya. Kasi, dun mo rin malalaman kung paano mo siya tatapatan eh. okay, sige, if ito yung tendency ng substitution patterns, ito yung gagawin ko to counter that, to gain an advantage. So, for CSB's case, medyo you can only do so much. So ang key talaga doon is to really play at your own identity. Tas bahala na kung ano yung mangyayari throughout the course of the game. So I would say really not walang factor, hindi, I don't think factor yung championship experience, but more of kung sino yung mas kalmado sa dalawa. CSB is much more talented. So I do believe they should win that matchup. Pero still, kung meron kang twice to beat, better to finish them off on the first game. Kasi pagka knockout game, no matter how talented you are, 50-50 series na yan. Sabi nga ni Coach Louie Gonzalez, di ko ito makakalimutan, depende na sa gising mo sa araw na yan. It's not really anymore about pag knockout game. It's not really more about the X's and O's na kung ano yung bangon mo sa araw na yun. So, medyo delikado pa if you allow San Beda to take that first game.
So, in other words, really do the job on game 1, di ba?
Oo, syempre. I mean, similar din sa atin pagdating sa Green Archers, di ba? I mean,
yeah.
Kung kaya natin iligpit kagad ng 1 game yan, the better, kasi ang hirap pag pinaabot mo ng knockout affair.
Yung gusto ko mangyari doon is mag-lead ng Benilde ng 35 to 40 points kasi alam naman natin mababaksak siya to around 10 or 5. May konting tayo.
Naging manhid na tayo, no? This year. I mean, sa mga viewers natin, pinapanood din ho namin ng CSB. Di lang namin siya dinidiscuss in depth. Just similar to what we do, pero pinapanood ho namin sila. So, medyo naging manhid kami sa trend nila na kahit lamang sila ng malaki, nasasanay na kami na nahahabol siya lang.
Like, my dad...
Hindi na siya nakakagulat. Mas nakakagulat yung pagtambak all throughout. Doon ka mas nagugulat eh.
But for what it's worth, it's not just for Benilde. Kahit sa DLSU men's team, nung lamang tayo ng 20, come on, any of you guys here thought na tuloy-tuloy yung 20?
Against USP?
Pero sa UP, yung sa UP, sa UST, like, we say this in jest, but, sa Ateneo din. Pero syempre, I think on our end, this is more how to manage our personal anxiety. Like, yes. Oy, may Yamaha. Game.
Yeah. Merong dito, may nag-flex cam dito. May nag-flex cam sa amin. May nag-flex cam. Si Willie from Japan. From Japan. From Japan with love. From Japan.
I'm sorry, Brian.
Yamaha. Bumili siya ng totoong Yamaha. Nasa Japan na siya. Bumili siya ng totoong Yamaha.
Sorry, Brian. You were saying something before I cut you off.
Wala na. Sabi ko lang, yung schedule na 2:30 for those who are interested to tune in. Live yan sa GMA. And sa Cuneta, na pwede mong Cometa Astrodome.
Gab Cometa Astrodome. Pag nanalo Benilde, may shoutout ka ulit sa amin sa next recording. Nakakarami na si Gab, Nakakarami na si Gab sa atin, if ever.
Nice guy,
Gab.
All right. So, did I miss out on anything, guys? Sorry, napahiya na ako eh. Pero I hope now that we're 54 minutes in, you guys have subscribed to this or are still listening. Di ko alam. Sorry kung oversell tinatry lang talaga namin.
Oo, sayang naman. Sayang naman nakikinig kayo, di kayo nagsasubscribe. Sayang naman.
Oo.
And we appreciate the comment. So mag-comment lang
yes,
tayo.
Yes.
Minsan na mapag-usapan din naman yan, and then it keeps our day going.
Yes.
Actually, if you're still listening to us right now, why don't you leave a comment? We'll talk about it in one of our next episodes. Right?
Pwede.
Yeah, ganun na lang.
Part din yan ng mailbag natin, di ba? Meron din tayong mailbag eh. So,
and hopefully, and hopefully it's something we can answer without putting the team or us into any trouble. So kunwari kung yung tanong nyo, because the SKQ like it lights on or lights off, di natin masasagot yan.
Oo,
So,
hindi,
medyo
hindi kaya. Hindi kaya. Oh, hindi
Pero
kaya.
if you're asked, does Willie like it lights on and lights off?
Pwede
Okay
sagutin
Siya
na yan.
yan.
mismo sasagot.
Oo, siya mismo sasagot. Or baka siya mismo pupunta sa'yo. Okay na yun.
Tama. Para
Oo.
sabihin yung sagot.
Para sabihin yung sagot. Oo. Alright.
Ay, we have to thank our sponsors first.
Yeah, our sponsor. Blue Fire. The only blue.
You blue, that's right for you.
So thank you Blue Fire. We really appreciate that sponsorship. And if you're still here listening to us, please tell us your favorite Blue Fire moments, which would be the times that sumasablay yung Ateneo. So at least for the may isa pang laro sila eh. So the curtain closer, yeah. So allow us to make fun of Ateneo while this is ongoing. Like,
Yeah,
I
for Goodwill Supply last.
I mean, alam naman natin na hindi to mangyayari forever. They will bounce back as a team. Pero sana 8th place forever pa rin. So let's still hope for that.
And also Sabi Skin. Ayan.
Yeah.
Sabi Skincare. Yep, thank you Sabi Skincare.
Wala si Victor ng konti pero
itatabi na muna natin yung Diretsuan hot take sa susunod na episodes kasi walang hot take ngayon, malamig, naka-jacket ako.
Oo, hindi tsaka wala rin hot take kasi wala naman game.
Wala kang game.
Wala naman game eh. So but please send us your comments, and if there's
sila sa comments pala, ayun.
Baka may hot take kayo eh. And we'll gladly accept that hot take, and we'll see how we can answer it. And please again, don't forget to subscribe to our page, and we really appreciate all the support that you've been giving to the Quiver over this season. And we have a long season to go, even after basketball.
Long way to resume.
There's a lot of times. So mag-subscribe na kayo kasi we'll talk about, I was gonna say chess, pero tapos na. But we're gonna talk about volleyball pa. We're gonna talk about a lot of things. We're gonna talk about the off season. There's a whole slew of LaSalle sports over the next few months, and please don't forget to subscribe. And also, if you want to hear a little bit about football, you can also tingnan mo si Brian, puro football yung nasa likod niya. Ako, football din suot ko. We won't talk about it, but there's a little bit of reference to it. So if you guys are fans also, matatawa na kayo sa amin siguro. Okay, so thank you for listening to The Quiver. This is Gio, Brian, and Vic signing off. So thank you, and Animo.
LaSalle!
Never get this right. Animo LaSalle. Stopping.
I'll try to edit daw, sabi ni Kito. So, mabilis lang ata from recent.